The Right to Remain Toolkit is a guide to the UK asylum and immigration system. If you go to the Right to Remain Toolkit website, righttoremain.org.uk/toolkit, you'll see that there's different sections, different pages, for each of the major stages of the immigration and asylum process. On each of those pages, each of those sections, you'll find information about that stage of the legal process and your rights at that stage of the process. You'll find information about the application process, for example, the decision, what to do if you're refused by the Home Office or the courts, and maybe what kind of leave to remain you might get if you're successful. You'll also find on most of the pages action sections. These are the yellow boxes that have that header action section, and they have ideas of things you can do or things that someone who is supporting you can do to be in a better situation. And these all come from people who've shared successful actions in their own situation or for people they're supporting. You may come across the information in the toolkit, the guide, just by Googling the information, the question that you're looking to answer. However, if you come to the front page of the toolkit, the home page, righttoremain.org.uk/toolkit, you'll see that the different pages, the different sections, have been divided up into different categories. There's a few pages under the category of getting started, which are quite broad about the legal process. Then there's a collection of pages that we've headed immigration and a collection of pages that we've described as asylum. Some of these pages will be on both of those sections because there's some stages of the process, some information that's relevant to people no matter what kind of application they've got. So an appeal, for example, might be relevant to someone making an immigration application or someone making an asylum application. Some of the information, however, is specific to the kind of application you're making, and so if it's specific to immigration, you'll find it in the immigration list. If it's specific to asylum, you'll find it in the asylum list. You'll find these contents lists at the bottom of the front page, the home page of the toolkit, and it's also on every single page of the toolkit, every section. If you're navigating the toolkit website on a laptop or a desktop, you'll find that contents on the left-hand side of each page. If you're navigating the website on your phone, you'll find that list of pages at the bottom of each page of the toolkit. The pages are listed in those contents in a rough kind of chronological order, but people will have different experiences of the legal process, so it won't necessarily match that chronological order for everybody. If you can't find what you're looking for using those contents pages, you can always search using the search function on the toolkit website. On every page of the toolkit website, there's the Google Translate bar, so you can translate the text, the English text of each page into your language as long as it's a language that Google Translate has. For some of the key asylum stages, we've also got formal translations. So we've got translations in PDF format that you can download and print, and these are available in 8 languages apart from English. And we've also got translated animations about 4 key stages of the asylum process. You can find these animations about the asylum process and all our other videos. We have lots of English language videos about key stages of the legal process and key legal skills on the videos page of the Toolkit website. And you can also find all of these videos on the Right to Remain YouTube channel. If you're wanting to download or print the information, every section, every page of the toolkit has a PDF that you can download and print in English as well. So, for example, if you're looking for information about what to do if your application's been refused, well, first of all, is it an immigration application? You might find the information here, after a refusal, immigration. If it's an asylum or human rights application, you'll find it in this column, after a refusal, asylum and human rights. You might be looking for information that's specifically about an appeal hearing or whether you've got the right to appeal. So you might want to look at the submitting an appeal page. You might already have submitted your appeal and want to know what will actually happen at the appeal hearing. You might know that you have a hearing at a court and you want to figure out what part of the process that is. Is it the first appeal at the first tier tribunal? Maybe it's the next appeal at the upper tribunal. Maybe it's even a judicial review, which is a different kind of legal process, and you can find out all about that on the Judicial Reviews page. Or you might want to have a look at the Asylum and Immigration Courts page to figure out where in the process the action that's happening in your case is. If you're worried about immigration detention, you don't know if it might apply to you, for example, you can have a look at the page on detention, and there you'll find information about what detention is, who can be detained, when you can be detained, and really importantly for something that's such a stressful thing as this, there's a whole section about being prepared in case you are detained. And there's also information for people who want to support others in that situation. There's a separate page on signing support. There's information about legal options if you're detained, and communication and support from friends and groups. And there's information about getting out of detention. At the bottom of most pages, we also suggest another page that you might want to read. For this example, the next page is the removal and deportation page, because the Home Office detain people if they want to try and remove them from the UK. If there's a word on the page you don't understand, we do try and explain all the language as clearly as possible. You might see that it's underlined like this, and if you hover over it, then the word will be explained for you. There might be information you need on the Legal Updates blog that you can find linked to at the top of the Toolkit website. This has information about legal developments, resources that are useful, and any changes we've made to the Toolkit website.